This is Matchweek. You are joined by myself, Ardi and Mini. We discuss everything soccer from the highs and the lows in the sporting week to the news that is relevant to you.
Ladies and gentlemen,
welcome back. You are listening top of the hour on WMSC Upper Montclair, and this is Matchweek.
yes, this is Matchweek.
Guys, it's been a rough morning to say the least. We've had a lot of people run late today. I'm not naming names. Some of us woke up with like a head cold or just not feeling well. So.
With negative tests, of course.
Just to clarify, negative tests. We are all okay. No COVID. Not a thing here. We're good.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
And so, not mentioning that Jonathan was late, it's been a great morning. Ardi, thanks for having us back from myself, Dejan, and Jonathan. Thanks for having us.
Last week we missed some of the boys a little bit. You know, it was a me, Maz, and Dejan show. It was a little bit of fun.
Apparently, where I came alive.
Yeah. Maz was like, when Besmir is not here, you're your best self. I don't know why.
No, man.
It's because I'm intimidating. I understand.
No, but like Dejan was just like going off. He was just like he was talking about things, just like being very straightforward. Just like don't care. That's not a thing.
Oh, see, there you go. So you are learning. Well done. Well done. Very, very. We call that the Gordon Ramsay approach. Just say it. Don't think about it. Just say it and hope for the best.
Oh man.
Focus on the repercussions later, I guess. But that's awesome. Yeah, no, you guys were great last week. I tried to listen in a bit here and there. I was at the FDU summer camp, which was awesome. But
so, if you want, you can sort of explain that to some of the viewers and audience what you were doing last week.
Oh Lord, was that fantastic? We ran a summer camp where we had a local club send a bunch of their kids over to campus. So they were with us every day from 9 to 3. And, included lunch, tours of campus, a picnic, a bunch of fun soccer games, and some skill development and whatnot. So the men's and women's coaching staffs work together for the summer camp every year. It was our biggest camp yet and only looking to grow. But, it was fun sitting in the sun, the rain, so on and so forth with a bunch of little kids. Is always a great time. I had the U11 boys. So for me, it was eventful to say the least. Between faking injuries and like, oh man.
What you did last week was what I was doing for most of last year, just running soccer camps nonstop.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
Yeah, it depends on the group.
So there was this one kid, Anthony, great kid, but with fake an injury 7 times a day, and like not like, ow, somebody kicked me in the shin. It's, ow, I think my leg's broken. Roll around, have the trainer come onto the field, and then, oh, no, I'm okay.
You see, he's doing what most professionals do, so he's learning.
Yeah, no, fair enough. And towards the end of his last day there, I guess a bunch of the kids were in on it. He goes down, and the trainer goes out there, I go out there, and then the trainer turns her back, and she looks, and there's like 18 kids all sprawled on the ground, faking injuries as well. She turns to them and she goes, that's it, I'm done. You guys are all fine. You guys are all fine. She just walks off, the poor girl. It was brilliant. But anyway, camp was great. I really, I was upset I couldn't be here, but I'm happy we're here today.
Well, guys, we have a lot to talk about. Thank you for telling us your story, Besmir. And we have a lot to do. So first things first, we're sort of going to recap what we thought of the week so far. So biggest news to come out, I would say, was Gareth Bale to LAFC, yes or no?
Yeah.
From an American standpoint.
Yes.
Sure, yeah. Well, I mean, why not?
Wait, so,
I was making such a much more like energetic response, like, so excited, Gareth Bale. Everyone's like, yeah.
Gareth Bale, hey, well, he's going to be able to play at some of the best golf courses in the world, so that's...
It's kind of
Look, he's a Real Madrid hero, and I'm the resident Real Madrid fan here, but hey, I wish him the best. That's all I can really say.
It's kind of annoying that you don't get very good quality stars up here, up north on the East Coast. And everybody goes either to the west or down south to Florida.
I think it's just a weather thing, dude. Like when you're in Cali and you're guaranteed like 75 degrees or.
So you're telling me Bale doesn't want to wake up one day and just go down to the New York bodega and just grab himself a bacon, egg, and cheese?
Yeah, no, I don't think he wants to do that, bro. Nah.
See, I think it's first of all, I think it's a big approach on how, like, the Red Bulls, for example, they clearly aren't running after these big name players anymore. You know, with all due respect to Ashley Fletcher, right? They've brought him in to be a difference maker on the pitch, not on ticket sales. Which obviously long-term ticket sales should obviously improve if on-field performance is better. But
yeah, but when is MLS going to realize that someone who can barely start in a relegated Watford side is not good enough for the Rebels?
Well, realistically speaking, I make the argument all the time that the championship in England is...
Yeah, but I don't think Ashley Fletcher starts in a championship side either.
Yeah, well, he's done rather decently well since he's been here, in all fairness to the guy. And if there's one thing I will back Red Bulls across the world with all their teams is their scouting and recruitment is quality. I don't have a lot of free time as it is, and I don't see myself going to watch Red Bulls play if there's an Ashley Fletcher on the team, opposed to... Now, if Gareth Bale is playing for the New York Red Bulls, there's probably a little more of a push, a little more of a desire.
Should have happened.
You know? It's a shame. But now you look at LAFC, and they've got quality across the pitch
and
now.
Chiellini, Villa,
and here's Besmir and I were talking about this the other day too. Chiellini and Gareth Bale are not designated players. So, which means that LAFC still has space to bring in bigger players they want to.
Yep. So, in the wacky world of MLS, what's the right word for it?
Well, here's the because
the way they run this real life fantasy league.
Well, here's the thing, because like the MLS is a franchise based league. It's not a promotion relegation based league. So a lot of stuff is done differently.
Oh yeah.
So like, because most of the time when we're talking about, let's say if we're talking about basketball, right? Because I think basketball is the best equivalent to soccer in my opinion, because it's still one of the most like enthralling and watchable sports that can be consumed worldwide. And with basketball, they have like European scouting and stuff like that, but it's sort of to the point where a lot of those players that are even scouted in Europe are technically drafted through the NBA draft. It's not like they're
you watched Hustle on Netflix.
Actually, I was saying that in reference to the Last Dance with Tony Kukoc when they got him from.
No, Hustle with Adam Sandler.
Oh yeah, I watched Hustle too. Hustle's really good.
Such a good movie. Very
such
good.
a great movie.
I do agree with that.
I'm an Adam Sandler stan.
But I'm not sure we're allowed to speak about that because if Maz, if you're listening, I know basketball's kind of your thing. So if you guys want to hear more about anything basketball,
by the way, if you're listening right now, I have Matchweek magnets, so now I'm your auntie's favorite sports show because I made it onto a refrigerator. So, so you know what? Try me.
He's currently laughing in his car, probably stuck somewhere in Jersey traffic.
Probably.
And now he's cursing at the traffic and at you.
Yeah,
so.
he's like this, mother. Anyways.
That's funny.
But that's something that I believe that you touched upon is the scouting that the NBA does is absolutely brilliant. Like, you can go, and it's true, they have scouts everywhere. It's like baseball in this country. There were Major League Baseball scouts at an FDU game earlier this year, the FDU Division III baseball game, just because they have scouts everywhere, because there's talent everywhere, right? Everyone knows my issues with this country's talent identification.
But the MLB, I think, does it the best in vetting their talent, because it's not like it's just like they go straight to the major league. They have AA, AAA, and then like they have sort of the minor leagues as well.
So they're able reserve sides.
Yeah, so they're able to properly vet the players and give them enough experience where it's not at such a high level, but it's also still them training and working hard. You know?
Yeah, and I love the fact that you can see a scout from a Major League Baseball team anywhere. Right? They can be at your local park watching, whatever it might be. Like, they were at FDU, and when was the last time a professional scout was ever at an FDU game? Now, Capuano was one of our players who was an All-American, I believe, so I understand why. But it's just absolutely fantastic to see.
Here's my question. What division is FDU for baseball?
Our whole campus is 3.
Oh, the whole campus is 3. Okay.
Yeah. So
I know some campuses they vary on certain sports where like basketball could be D1, but then their football program could be D3. You know,
it's a little rare. The more specific sports or the rarer sports, more rare sports like fencing isn't openly provided everywhere. So I know at Drew University across the street, I'm pretty sure their fencing program's D1, but it just depends on who who you're talking to.
Anyways, back to my point about MLS and scouting. From what we've seen so far, it's just tough. You know, it's really tough to be able to break that down and to be able to really recruit or find the proper players that we need to sort of improve the league.
Yeah, in terms of the U.S., all they really care about is money. So there's lots of talents that probably right now are somewhere in the hood or around the hood. That's probably even 10 times better than an Mbappe that we probably never, ever are going to get to see. Why?
Well,
because
then that's just, again, the case of just inner city scouting and how most of the time they're recruited to, I wouldn't say more advanced programs, but they are, hold on 1 second, they are actually way more recruited in other regards, you know?
I mean, I personally think if it wasn't down to money and just let the kid play and see how good he could be and whatever income that he could bring to the team.
But then that's the issue, though, because the MLS is, the United States is a capitalist country. And the way how it sort of works with just any sport in general is that there's no such thing as just having a purebred, thoroughbred academy where it just raises the players. Like, yes, there's Red Bulls and like New England Revs have been able to do a good job of it, but it's still tough to even be recognized in that regard, you know?
I agree.
So just to touch in here, sorry, just to step in for a second. So everyone that knows, I try to get connected as well as I can to as many clubs and people as I can. And your brother has helped me, Ardi's brother has helped me get connected more at the Red Bull Academy level. Since he was the athletic trainer there, now he's with Red Bull too. He's brilliant at what he does, even though he only has one workable thumb right now.
So here, just to clarify to the audience, my brother dislocated, tore a tendon, and also broke a bone within his thumb. Just a
hat trick.
Yeah, so he got the wombo combo, as some say, of injuries when it comes to
the 4-for-4.
Yeah, the 4-for-4. Because he was playing goalie in a 7-a-side league, and as he was catching the ball, the attacker went to strike the ball while still in his hand, and his whole thumb bent backwards at a 90-degree angle.
Which is why goalkeepers should only ever come out studs up 2-footed for the ball. You don't need your hands. So your brother has connected me with one of the guys who scout and whatnot over at the Red Bull Academy and the scout and whatever. And one of the best things I think I've heard from him was that a lot of clubs all want to compete right at the top and don't understand that there is a system where we can all find our place, right? Someone like a North Jersey FC, for us, there's nothing wrong with us not wanting to compete with Red Bull Academy. We can. They're Red Bull Academy.
Yeah, they have way more of an
being
investment.
A developmental club where our players can come in and say, hey, our players are going to come in and just become better players, right? Whether their goal is to go play, if they're younger kids and their goal is to go play up to the, ECNL, NPL level, the NL, whatever it might be, and then go play in college or just high school varsity or whatever it might be. Maybe some come into us and they want to get to the academy level and play for Red Bull Academy. We try our best to help them just become better players. Whereas, there's a lot of clubs out there that just want to go right to the top. Oh, we're gonna be a rival academy to the New York Red Bulls.
Mm-hmm.
Financially, you can't compete. Talent-wise, you can't compete. There's in no way can you compete with them if you are not an MLS team yourself for the most part, or you're in a capacity where, you have to work very hard like some other local academies to compete with them.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the talent identification system in this country for soccer will only improve once people find their place.
Well, my question is, do you think it's just like there's too much politics going on? Like there's too much of scratch my back, I scratch your scenarios with a whole bunch of these people?
See, that happens in every sport, realistically.
Yeah, true.
I think because soccer has grown it's grown so much in the last 25 years that people have all tried to take advantage of it and still continue to, and they are banking on the fact that there are people that aren't as well, parents that aren't as well educated. So you can throw Premier or Elite into your name, and suddenly you are the best program for their kid.
Shots fired.
And well, no, it's just, I think, there are clubs that use those titles, and they do have teams that meet that criteria, right?
Yeah.
It just has to be. We have arguably the greatest foundation for what can be the greatest youth soccer system in the world. We have the infrastructure for it, from fields and stadiums and coaching. Our coaching education is now second to none.
Yeah.
Shout out to Coach Lou and everyone at US Soccer and whatnot.
Shout out to myself and Besmir as certified coaches.
Yes. And Coach Jonathan is too.
That's right.
He got his state certificate over the summer.
That is true.
John.
Yeah.
I mean, I never got the physical thing, but
It's an email, but yeah.
It's
but the
email.
feeling, I got the feeling of being certified.
He has the bragging rights of knowing I'm certified, guys.
Yes. He actually goes around to his people he works with, the clients, and be like, hey, just to be clear, here's my coaching card.
Yeah.
And like, Jonathan, we're here to buy liquor or something. Like, no. I'm a coach first.
Yeah.
But,
I'll coach you how to sell this liquor,
Yeah.
okay?
There you go.
but anyway, it's the country, I still believe, is headed in the right direction. There's a lot of bumps on the road to get to where we want to get to, but other than that, I think it's great. And things like a radio show where people can tune in to us, to you, Ardi, I think is fantastic, because it just helps further that soccer culture in this country. And the fact that, every time you get very excited every time we get a new listener from a new state or a new country or something.
Oh,
is
yeah.
awesome.
That is exciting.
Very
exciting.
but for every new listener we can grab on here, and you can make a regular. It's just more information being spread, true information, not fake news.
No, but I think the whole point of this, right? Why I do this is just to get people's perspectives. Like, that's what intrigues me the most. Like, when we're on the show, I obviously say ridiculous opinions. I give the devil's advocate. I say random things because I want to see how you react to it. I want to see what the common fan thinks or feels, or because not everybody's the same. Like, not everybody is as vetted as a coach as Besmir is. Not everybody has the ball knowledge that
I'm not
Dejan
that
has.
great. Let's be clear, everyone. I've only been coaching for like 6, 7, or 8 years, whatever it is. I've lost count, but it's not that long. I just can't count.
Yeah,
that
I'm not sure who's vetting Besmir, but that's a good point.
Or like someone who has the ball knowledge like Dejan.
My mom says
or
I'm
someone, or even someone who has the heart like Jonathan for the sport.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that.
That's the point. It's that every fan is different, and that we always want to just draw what they think about certain things. Anyways, that's the end of the recap. We are now. This is honestly one of our best segments that has been performing the most, where we have the most replays. It is Ink or Stink.
Woo.
Now, if you're a new listener, you don't know what this segment is. We have Ink or Stink, which is either you put the ink pen to paper and sign the player, or they're a stinker and you should just avoid this player. So now, we're going to start with the top Premier League transfer rumors first. We have Josh Brownhill to Southampton.
Who?
You got
Where are you?
Wait, who is this?
Okay, look, hold on a second. No. They always give me these looks. I can't just talk about the biggest player right away. We got to ease the audience in.
Yeah, I agree
we have
with
to,
that,
We have to build
but
the suspense.
The
for it.
biggest player. I'm not transferring anywhere.
Or even
Okay, we're not.
That's besides the
Never,
point.
I'm not gonna say that, but you know.
I
I
mean, eventually we'll talk about Haaland, right?
You have to go about like medium.
I will
players.
say Friday night Besmir had a once in a lifetime performance that you'll never see from him again.
Wow.
If anyone from the red team is listening,
at face.
Anyway.
AKA
anyway, as you
face.
were saying,
Anyways.
sorry, Ardi.
It's okay, but
There you go.
okay. Josh Brownhill is a Burnley player. Burnley, but the reason why I mentioned this is because Burnley's gonna be losing a lot of their talent.
No, they already have.
Yeah, like they're probably
Tarkowski's gone. Who else
yeah
is gone?
Tarkowski, Ben Mee. They're
Well,
gonna lose Nick Pope.
They already lost Nick Pope.
Yeah,
That's-
Nick Pope's gone. They're gonna lose
They
McNeil,
lost
McNeil.
Townsend as well.
Yeah, Townsend's gonna be like that's
No,
the-
Lennon, not Townsend.
was it
Aaron
Aaron?
Lennon.
Oh yeah, it was Aaron Lennon. But that's the point I'm making. That's why I wanted to mention this transfer first, because Burnley, because of them being relegated, are just getting picked apart and have to somehow raise funds to be able to survive in the championship.
Well, I apologize to Josh Brown for not knowing who he was. I did just give him a follow on social media because I feel bad.
I still have no idea, but sorry.
It's okay. No worries, Jonathan. It's okay. You speak your opinion. You give us your voice.
Yeah,
Oh wow,
that's cool.
there's quite a few people that are in the race for him. Southampton is in there.
Mhm.
but so is West Ham, so is Bristol City.
Why is this guy getting attracted by these clubs and I have no clue?
It's supposedly for $20 million. It's not. Who is this guy? Either.
Well, that's like he's one of the bigger starlets to come out of Burnley, who's been like.
Oh, that doesn't say much. Okay.
I know, but here's the thing: the reason why is because it's consistency. A lot of clubs need a squad player that is consistent. Like they need someone who they know they can get a certain performance out of, especially in the Premier League. So that's why, like, someone like a Josh Brown, and plus he's English. So a lot of these clubs have to have a certain number of English players within their teams.
In his right arm, he's got a tattoo sleeve, so he must be quality.
Oh yeah, come on,
must be good.
Must be good.
But actually, looking at him now, I guess they didn't know his name. He looks familiar. He's and supposedly Southampton's looking to pair him in or have him provide cover for Ward-Prowse. So, I think. If I'm jumping ahead, I think he's a good ink for Southampton.
100% ink.
Me, I have no clue who he is, and I'm not going to be able to determine how good he is, so I'm going to leave it as a stink for now.
I just praised you for your ball knowledge. Like, this guy I don't know.
Dude, if you would have told me, like, Dewsbury Hall or Dwight McNeil, I would have been able to, all right, fine. But
Dejan's never packed him on Ultimate Team.
Yeah,
or signed him on career mode.
Yeah, exactly. Jonathan, what are you thinking?
I'm not sure what to say. Ink,
okay.
Ink.
Yeah, so we're just all going to say ink. We're going to go from there.
Ink
Next.
Is fine. Yeah, let's do it.
The biggest one yet.
Uh-oh.
Dude.
Andreas Pereira from Manchester United to Fulham.
Ink. I like it a lot. They just lost Fabio Carvalho.
Yeah.
They need another center attacking mid, and I think Andres Pereira would probably be the best fit for them.
Because, like, as someone who's been a Manchester United fan, sadly, you've seen the potential he's had, he's just never been able to convert well. And you always wonder if, like, someone like a Pereira would thrive in a way how a Dimitri Payet has thrived, where if they're at the start of the team, they'll play differently.
I could see Pereira giving Mitrovic all the assists this season.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Besmir, what do you think?
I believe... Well, for a club like Fulham coming up, right, we've already seen Dejan's favorite forward in the world, Mitrovic, score
43 and 43.
A truckload of goals in the championship. A creative player like that in behind, I think, is only going to help his transition. Some people aren't sure how he's going to fare in the Premier League. I think Fulham might finally, with a couple signings, not where they are right now, have a squad that can survive the drop next season.
Well, it's like every time
I think Pereira helps that.
But the issue is that, like, a lot of championship clubs, like when they're in the championship and they're used to playing high press attacking football, every time they have to convert to the Premier League, it's way different because you can't do that against a Man City or even a Leeds at times because you're going to get punished for it. So it's hard for a lot of these teams that come up to adjust and then to sort of really rework how they're going to, like, play in the Prem. That's why, like, Burnley were such a Brexit football type team where they just sit back because you can't afford just to play up and constantly just press on the field.
I'm so surprised how Burnley is still somehow managing to keep Weghorst.
Well, Weghorst playing the championship is the same as playing the Bayern Liga for Wolfsburg. It doesn't matter.
All right, mister.
Wow, you really hurt his feelings there, Ardi.
You should have seen last week. Maz and I were just, like, tag teaming him about talking about the Bayern Liga.
I've sat there and just started, letting him have it. I held up for myself. So
that's the thing. You did hold your own. I'm impressed. That's why I was very impressed with you. Why he said Besmir should stop coming here for Dejan.
Wow.
All right.
Just joking.
It was nice talking to everyone. This is my second to last appearance on the show for a while.
Why second to last?
Oh, what do you mean? Because aren't you going away?
Well, it doesn't matter. So for the audience,
so I can still show up and just
take over.
Well, so I was gonna announce this next week, but the plan is that hopefully there's gonna be someone in studio just working the board, and then I'll be on a Discord call through the computer hooked up into the board, so that way you'll be able to hear me still.
Oh Lord! So
I'll be here virtually.
Just to be clear, the three of us were told, "Oh yeah, we're done after next week." Meanwhile, he's like, "Oh, you guys are done next week. I'll be on another continent on the radio."
Hey, you're meeting me there too, so I don't know why you're complaining.
I'm trying to hide from you. You just happen to be there.
No, you're following me. I
actually, if anyone asks, we're there scouting players from North Jersey FC.
we're business expense.
In that case, FDU. Yeah, play recruiting for FDU. Expense report, please.
Absolutely.
Anyways, guys, so Ink or Sink, Andreas Pereira.
Ink.
Ink.
Ink it.
Ink.
Next.
I want to see you in his jersey, in his kit from Fulham for next year.
Me?
You in that, Dejan in the Mitrovic top. And I'm going to go throwback. I'm going to get myself like a Clint Dempsey. Yes, knock on wood, you owe me a soda.
Wait, what about me? What am I gonna wear, man?
You're actually gonna wear nothing, Jonathan. Fun fact.
Oh yeah, you were invited. So, Brad Friedel played, right? Brad Friedel played at Fulham.
Yes, he did.
You look like Brad Friedel too.
I mean, I'll take.
An old bald guy.
So guys,
I mean, I'll take a Fulham jersey. No
next,
they're nice.
These next three are actually potential Chelsea transfers. So we have first up Nathan Ake to Chelsea. His value right now is at, what is it? It's 27 million.
Why would they take him back?
Well, no, I mean,
it didn't work the first time.
Well, here's the thing, but like it was the same thing as like a Mark Gahey situation. Chelsea just sold him. He never really played for the team.
Well, this is where Todd Bowley coming in as the new owner is brilliant. He's letting everyone go, and finally, what Chelsea's needed for so long is trust in a manager. Now everyone believes in Tuchel. I have put my full support behind him. Todd Bowley has been living on a plane, supposedly, since he bought Chelsea. Personally involved in all these negotiations, as all negotiations for players are now going through Thomas Tuchel and Todd Bowley, which means
they believe
any of these players coming in are Tuchel players.
And Tuchel came from Bayern Liga.
And we finally have a long-term plan in place, I guess, right? Especially with the other transfers Ardi's going to mention. But Nathan Ake, a Chelsea boy, we're going to make money technically on him because we sold him for more than we're going to buy him for.
And then, personally, I think Nathan Ake, it was a smart deal at first because we all originally thought that with only having a Nicholas Otamendi and an aging Vincent Kompany and a Mangala who never really worked that well in that Chelsea system, we thought someone who was a starlet at Bournemouth, who we thought that could do well, like City made the most sense for. Like, yes, sign him. And instead, it's really been the Ruben...
Just for them to sign Laporte and Ruben Diaz and for him to sit in the rain again.
It's tough. It's really tough. With having John Stones as like sort of that back three, in a way.
Yeah, I mean, listen, for me, he's a huge ink, especially, once again, he is a Chelsea boy, 27 years old.
Also, Chelsea have no center backs left.
Yeah, exactly. And he's proven he can play at the Premier League level.
And that's something that's honestly, I feel like that's something that's so overrated. Like, a lot of these clubs see someone for the biggest potential they have, but in reality, when you're looking in the market and you're really short on players, look for the consistency. If you can find a consistent player,
that's exactly what it is. And the fact that Nathan Ake can play center back, he can play left back. He's even played as a 6 at times. That comfort on the ball for him as a center back in the Chelsea side is going to be so great. Massive, massive ink. I've loved him for a very long time. When he was on his 18 loan spells, he was always brilliant. But Nathan Ake finally gets his chance to be a first-team player.
Dan, what are you thinking?
Personally, I think stink, but here's why. There's going to be... Nathan Ake is going to sign for Chelsea, right? Then Chelsea going to sit there. They're going to buy somebody like Skriniar, a Koulibaly, and then he's going to sit bench, just like he did at City. So they're going to buy him. They're going to see other players in Europe who are probably 10 times better than him.
Yeah, but you also
start over him.
Chelsea doesn't have that much money to get Ake and someone like a Skriniar.
Chelsea does, right? Chelsea, I don't think the money's the problem. I think for Chelsea, there's no players. Like right now, our senior center backs consist of Thiago Silva.
That's it.
And that's if we count Tomori. I mean...
Yeah, but Tomori, do you guys still have that buyback option?
Sorry, not Chalobah. Sorry, Chalobah.
Yeah, but
I just love Tomori because Ardi does as well.
He misses him.
Dude, just imagine a back three of Mark Gahey, Tomori, and Thiago Silva. Like, I hate it because as a United fan, I hate it. But
like bringing Nathan Ake back, right? He's a consistent left-footed left center back in that back three. He's also a great passer of the ball, which Thiago Silva's not going to be there forever. We need a calming presence at the center back role. Right, so for us, he solves a plethora of problems, and we still have room for 2 more big center backs to come in.
Who probably going to start over?
Because Thiago Silva's only getting older, so he can't play every match.
So, Ink, Dejan, Stink, Jonathan.
Ink, yeah. I mean, I think I just want to put my real quick thing. I'm not really like a a Chelsea expert like Bez over here. But the one thing I did.
But
the one thing I did read this morning.
There's a difference between bias.
The one thing I did read this morning, for example, like the thing that Chelsea give props. I mean, one of the best academies in the world. I heard also Conor Gallagher. Just on the side note, they're also Tuchel apparently wants to count on him for next season apparently, so that might happen. I just like the fact that the youth, Nathan, he might not slot in as the starting role, but in terms of rotation, it might work.
He starts for Chelsea. He starts guaranteed.
Yeah, right now.
Right now, 100%.
Chelsea, wow. I'm telling you, Chelsea are going to buy top-class center backs.
I would rather Milan Skriniar, bro. Skriniar's my.
It's a different story.
I would say Ink, but I don't. If you're getting an Ake, you're not getting a Koulibaly and a Skriniar, in my opinion.
Regardless, he just spent 2 years playing under Pep Guardiola, making him a better center back. And it's not like he never played for City.
It's also different because if Antonio Conte was still at Chelsea with the 3 center backs, I could see him slotting in as the 3 center backs.
Yeah, but don't disrespect Tuchel like that, dude.
I mean, Nathan Ake is very good in the air. He can play with the ball at his feet. He's a great passer of the ball.
He's got pace.
He's got pace. He's physically strong.
And he's in his prime right now.
People call him like the new age Ruud Gullit. That says a lot, not just because of the hair.
Don't say that because of his hairstyle.
Let's go.
All right, on to the next player.
After the Gullit thing, we got.
Oh, now, wait, what are you? Ink or Stink?
I said Ink.
Okay,
Yeah.
I know I liked Ardi.
It's okay. I like.
It's not like we're close or anything. That's why we like.
That'd be nice to see. I think Ink.
Okay, so this next one, it's tough because.
Are you gonna say just a random player?
It makes a lot of sense. No, I said next year Chelsea. This one. It makes sense for Chelsea, but it will sadly ruin the development of other players like a Pulisic, or even like a Hudson-Odoi, or or the involvement of a Ziyech, which is John. You okay over there?
Dude, Mike keeps falling, man.
You just got to prop it up, like chest up, and just like talk to it. That's it.
There you go.
Which is Raheem Sterling for $77 million. His market value is right now.
All right, I need to. First of all, they're getting for like 25, 30 million.
Supposedly, yeah.
Steal. Okay, Raheem Sterling, Ink, consistent football in the Prem. Only one of 3 players to ever score over 100 goals for Pep Guardiola, and has made more appearances for Pep Guardiola than any other player has. Yeah. I think he's at times carried the English national team. He's a winger who's going to grab anywhere from 15, 16, 17 to 20 goals a season. We haven't had a direct dribbler like Raheem Sterling since Eden Hazard. And we have Pulisic now, sure. Yeah, but Raheem Sterling's proven.
But here's the thing. The question I have is that would you much rather try to see the most come out of a Pulisic and a Hudson-Odoi, even a Ziyech, or would you much rather have just Raheem Sterling in your team?
Well, listen, Hudson-Odoi's lost the plot. I think his ego got too big. I think he's not even in the equation. Honestly, okay. That's just because, like I said, I think his ego inflated when Bayern wanted him and whatnot, and
should have gave it to us.
We should have let him go.
$45 million.
But we look at it, right, and Raheem Sterling has been around forever.
Yeah,
consistent in the Prem. He's 27. Now, do we not sign him because a 29-year-old Ziyech is in the team and we want to be weary of him?
Well, here's the thing. So, for me, if Chelsea gets Raheem Sterling for $35 million or less, it's guaranteed Ink. Does not matter. Granted, I don't have the highest praise for Sterling. I still have a respect for the footballer that he is.
Because you still put Sancho over him in the England.
100%. Besides the point, I have a lot of respect for Raheem Sterling. Without a doubt, he's a great player.
Great human.
A great human as well.
And he loves my boy Chunks.
Yeah, well, who doesn't love Chunks? Come on, but. If you can get him for under $35 million as that Chelsea team, I 100% Ink without a doubt. But if you're paying more of the $50 to $70 million range, not worth it. It's a stink.
He's not gonna go for that.
The price is really gonna delegate what this transfer is. Personally,
see, I think he is a player who realistically is probably worth a lot more than 35, 40, 50 million.
Well, that's the thing. His market value technically is $77 million.
It's $77 million. So if we get him for anything less than that, I know that listens to this, everyone knows I'm a huge Raheem Sterling fan. I think he's very undervalued by many.
Real quick, because we're listening top of the hour on WMSC Upper Montclair.
90.3. So I think Raheem Sterling is very undervalued. I think if he had the star appeal, if his ego was a little bigger, he's one of the biggest players in the world. I think he has the talent, but he's much more of a reserved personality. And I think that hurts him. But at the same time, he just lets him get on with his work. You know, I think there are very few players that Real Madrid can... not Real Madrid, oh, Lord.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm thinking...
yeah.
I think he'd be fine over there, but I think Manchester City can find very few players that are an actual upgrade on Raheem Sterling. I think it's just him deciding, you know what, I want somewhere where I'm going to be able to play consistently and not have to deal with the Man City. I'm just going to buy star players every summer and shift players in and out. I think Raheem Sterling fits in at Chelsea, and I think he's a starter for 2, 3, 4 years for the length of his contract.
So here's the thing. So
Ink.
Jonathan.
Ink.
So, in my opinion,
Here we go.
this next rumor, I think Chelsea is better off going for a Sterling than trying to bring in a Rafinha, personally.
I disagree.
Well, then
Just
explain.
because he's fast.
Because he's Brazilian.
No, that makes no sense. You can't say because of nationality that player.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, Rafinha, there's no point in him going to Chelsea. I'd rather have a Neymar at Chelsea. I'd like to see Neymar and Sterling on the wings.
Yeah, but Neymar's much more unlikely. I am very excited to hear of Rafinha coming to Chelsea. And Fabrizio Romano's already pretty much said he just has to put out the 3 famous words.
Here we go.
But for me, he is somebody who, once again, is a little more than what we have. Everyone right now at Chelsea, like, he's direct, and I love direct players. You know, all the fancy showboating type players, all the like, I love Neymar, but all of the dancing he does on the ball is
the reason why he'll
excessive
get
at times.
injured or he'll get fouled more often than not.
Rafinha's a machine. I thoroughly enjoyed the way Rafinha plays.
He also, he has the heart. Like, if you look at him play for Leeds, and you see he loves running to the fans, interacting with them, but I just think Raheem Sterling makes more sense for Chelsea than Rafinha does.
Well, here's the thing. So we lose Lukaku.
But here's my question, though. Do you still have Mason Mount playing out right
No.
if you have Raheem Sterling in the team?
For me, if Sterling and Rafinha are coming in, I think we need to go to a 4-3-3
And then
and
who's
let
your midfield three? Is it gonna
Conte,
be,
Kovacic, Mount.
or is it going to be,
I think Jorginho's
Mount?
on his way out.
But my question is, do you think it's going to be Mount, Gallagher, and Kovacic?
Well, I don't mind that either, right? Conte clearly, he's still an engine, but he's had a rough couple seasons with some injuries and stuff,
I
right?
think he's played through injuries.
Now-
He's aging out.
I think Jorginho might be on his way out of Chelsea, which is a sad thing to say because I think he's brilliant. But having Conor Gallagher in there, Billy Gilmore in there, having Mason Mount, I think we have a pool, or Chelsea has a pool of 6 or 7 players that you can pick 3 players out and have a competitive midfield in the Prem, right? And adding Rafinha and Sterling on the wings is just going to make everything that much better for us. Because then, you now have Havertz and Werner up top. You have Ziyech, Pulisic out wide. So now you have 4 wingers, 2 forwards that are competitive. You have 6 midfielders. You have depth. And as Manchester City has shown, depth wins you the Premier League.
Oh, yeah, 100%, without a doubt. I don't see that being wrong. But someone like Rafinha, do you think they'll accept being a squad player or a depth player, or do they think they have to be a guaranteed starter? Because if they go to someone like an Arsenal, I see no way of them sitting on the bench at Arsenal.
He's going to be a starter at Chelsea. There's no way he's not going to be a starter at Chelsea.
But I don't think he starts at Chelsea.
I just depends. I think it depends on matches, right? Chelsea plays 60-plus matches a year. That's a lot for anyone. And we've seen, Thomas Tuchel likes rotating his squad when he can. So I think at Chelsea right now, I think Rafinha's a good fit. I mean, personally, I don't think Ziyech fits our system right now in the way we play.
You want to go into United, bro?
Please. Listen, if that's what's best for him, yeah. But I don't think he fits our system. I think Rafinha fits a Tuchel a lot more than a Ziyech does. As hard as that is to say, because Ziyech's magical.
There you go.
Dude, he had
that's where we're at right now. Like, I just was reading about Leeds and how they might ask a little bit more. So apparently they want to add Ziyech to that deal as a swap plus cash deal, potentially. And that would kind of make sense. I mean, I know it's weird.
Leeds gets Ziyech,
Leeds
are going to go crazy.
Which do not.
Ardi's going to flip out.
It would be
No, I'll respect it, because think about it. A front 3 of Patrick Bamford, Daniel James and Hakeem Ziyech, bro.
Stop.
Dirty. Oh my God.
That'd be interesting because, well, for me, I would say why not? Because Leeds, brother. I mean, you could always appreciate growth in teams like that. That's cool.
Yeah. So what are we thinking, guys? Ink or stink?
Ink.
Stink for me. I think
He gave
just
that
doesn't work
hold in
out.
his expression for a second. He's like, wait a second. Yeah, and I'm saying something different.
Yeah, exactly. Next, so now we're straying away from the Chelsea transfers.
All right, I'll see.
Besmir, I have a question. Do you even want to talk about Lukaku?
No.
I think it's about good riddance right
Good
now.
riddance.
Let
All
me-
right,
let me
we're
go to
gonna
Italy.
leave it at that.
Ink for Inter. He was a stink for Chelsea.
Stink anywhere
So okay, we're gonna leave it at that. Next transfer rumor is Manchester United, Frankie De Jong.
Ink. Simple.
He's an
Honestly.
ink, but here's the
Frankie?
thing.
You guys
right?
don't have anyone.
You're talking about Frankie?
Oh yeah, Frankie, 100%.
Oh, yeah,
Look,
please.
he's an ink, but here's the question: because a lot of people have been getting mad about United's transfer policy at the moment and how they're taking some time. Do you think that when there's a new manager coming in, someone like a Ten Hag who's really expansive, and wants to develop a team, do you think he needs more time to evaluate like the cards he's been dealt, what he has, and then go in for transfers and scout it out, or do you think that it's more so that United just don't know what they're doing?
I think Ten Hag has been watching United for a little bit long, because if he's been linked to United for maybe about a couple months, so he'd sat there, probably watched a couple games, watched the midfield that you guys have, and thought, yeah, when I come in there, these guys will never touch the field.
But that's the it's tough to say, because when it went from a Lampard to a Tuchel, of course I'm obviously not comparing Lampard to any of the level of what some managers have gone through at United at the moment, but Lampard going in, the players played a little bit differently under Lampard than they did under a Tuchel, and we know someone like a Tuchel is way more expansive, way more direct, just better tactically as a manager, and we saw a whole bunch of different performances out of those players.
I've already watched one of the training videos, his first training session with Manchester United, and they're passing the ball with a lot more,
Vigor.
oomph.
Yeah.
They all want to impress, right? I mean, that's the magic of a new manager. Is
And especially
one that knows what he's doing.
Yeah, someone as highly regarded as a Ten Hag.
well, and let's be real, at United, they all know for the most part, the majority of the United squad just isn't good enough to be a United caliber player right now.
No.
They just aren't.
No, yeah.
A lot of them have been able to skate through because Ola didn't have the authority.
He didn't have the grit
and
to really say something.
Exactly, and a lot of them have kind of skated through in the recent years.
Well, and there was why am I blanking now? There was why am I losing my words? I'm struggling.
Maybe you should find them.
Yeah, I don't know why,
Well,
but
I think they're skating through, and I think with Ten Hag, it's you impress or here's the door. And
Either I like you or you're.
that
you're
is
out.
the biggest thing. Once again, like Todd Bowley's doing at Chelsea, where it's full backing to the manager now. If he doesn't like you, you're
here we
out.
go. So Ragnick, he was really straightforward about how the players were, and they didn't like it.
Horrible.
Yeah, he'd be like, "Yeah, Maguire was just awful today. What do you want me to say? Like, oh wow, he's a great player. Like he's just been awful. I don't know what else you want me to explain."
And the fact that you guys could have included him in the deal with Frankie De Jong and you decided to keep him says a lot about your club.
Hey,
Says it speaks volumes. That was your chance to offload him, and you guys said no.
what a shame. United has to compete in a competitive league, and they can't just battle the best talent in England and win the Bayern League. I mean, the Premier League. So, listen, I think the best thing that happened to United was also Ragnick leaving, because there can't be any question on who's in charge, right? Players are gonna look.
But
at,
I think that's why Ragnick just stuck to Austria and left. I think he saw that. He saw that there's too many people making the calls that it just wouldn't work out. Because he was there to evaluate the club, be a consultant, find out what the issues were, and he basically just gave the whole rundown to Ten Hag and dipped.
Yeah, and I think Ragnick is smart enough to know where that was, where his role is also not as important having someone like a Ten Hag there, because Ten Hag knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Right? This guy's been magnificent at Ajax in recent years, and I look at it like when there is structure in place, everything needs structure. When there's too much structure in place and there's too many chefs in the kitchen, like at United, it becomes a problem. And them streamlining that, where there's no reason people who've never stepped on a football pitch should be deciding what players Ten Hag wants or gets.
Yeah.
Right? He knows what he wants and the players he wants. Let Ten Hag have his say and let him stamp his authority at United, and United gets back to the glory days.
He already has a picture in his head. Let him display the picture to
Yeah.
you, and whatever you decide, that's, you know.
Well, I mean, that's why we see him also linked with Tyrell Malacia from Feyenoord.
That's a class signing because
They're
you guys
trying-
do need a left back.
Yeah, trying to hijack from Lyon was
Also,
in for it, right?
also Dutch, so we're gonna see
15
mil.
a new wave of the
Dutch
Netherlands
players,
pulling
yeah.
through.
And I think there's a lot of players in the Eredivisie that
deserve
are
to play,
quality
yeah.
players that can make that jump.
I agree.
My worry is
Ten
that
Hag is going to be brilliant for.
my only worry is that we've gone in for Eredivisie players before. Someone like a Depay, who I still rate so highly, someone who I felt could still be a world beater, but sadly I think it just didn't work. Like, didn't work out at United. Went to Lyon, killed it. Went to Barcelona, because he was doing very well under Ronald Koeman, but then Koeman left, and then the team evolved differently. So he's not really the focal point up front anymore. So then now, it's just tough because besides him, who else has really come out of the Eredivisie that's been top class, like as of like the past year or so? Because Delict has been Gravenberch just finally left, so we have to see what he does outside of Ajax, right?
I know he's gonna prove himself.
So we have Delict, who's been on and off at Juve. Frankie, who's his first season there was good. Second season was rough under Koeman, and also Xavi.
Hakim, who unfortunately doesn't get playing time, but when he does, he always puts in the shit.
Ziyech in the Champions League for Chelsea was unstoppable. You can't tell me
Yes,
otherwise.
when he was on, he was on. Correct.
And then I mean, Mazraoui is finally leaving.
Mazzara is amazing, and on a free too. Well, thank you very much.
Yes, and then that's what
Solves my
Jonathan's
problems.
over there thinking about what players
What-
have gone from the Eredivisie to Real Madrid recently that I
He's
can hype
thinking
up.
of what player has ever played in the Eredivisie.
No.
Well, he's trying to think of who I can who can I buy for my career mode right now.
Yes, yeah.
He's like,
who's the next
he's
big
like,
star?
Wait, Ardi, would you say Tyrell Mala? Okay, I'll look into him. No.
Well, okay.
I don't know.
You should though. He's amazing in career mode.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be an ink. United just need to
Ink,
switch it up.
Yeah, I think it's an ink.
Malacia is an amazing player. He gets an ink out of me.
Now, oh wait, John. Yeah, sorry.
I don't really know the player, but
He
ain't sure
basically
why
went-
not.
He's like, sure, why not ink? Next, this is the last one. Then we're gonna move on. Richarlison.
Okay.
He's going from Everton to supposedly Spurs.
That would be
And that's
phenomenal.
gonna be, and listen to this, and that's supposedly gonna be a swap deal with Steven Bergwijn going in exchange to Everton.
That
Oh.
Bergwijn is so good.
Why would they do that?
Yikes, man.
He's really not rated highly by Conte nor by the Tottenham.
Yeah. Well, here's one thing. First of all, just to throw in there, rumors on social media also have Richarlison possibly to Chelsea, but regardless of where he goes, I'm an ink, and that's supposedly the senior players at Chelsea were questioned. Is he too crazy to bring to the club?
Well,
and a
here's
lot
the
of
thing,
them said he's talented enough.
For
to be
some
crazy.
reason, Tottenham has been looking at this Everton side. Think, why not just pillage them? They're trying to take a Richarlison. They're trying to take the starlet Anthony Gordon.
yeah, quality player Gordon. Yes,
Like that's like they're looking at Everton. It's like, okay, what can we pick apart and ruin them even more? You know?
Yeah, rumor has they're even trying to steal the manager, trying to play him in the midfield next season. But no, I think Richarlison, wherever he goes, he needs to make the jump to a bigger club or a more competitive club because Everton is a big club.
I mean, personally,
He's an ink for me.
Richarlison, sorry, can't speak today, should be going to a PSG.
Oof.
Ouch.
See, I just don't think there's any
Personally.
room for him right there right now. You know, they still have Icardi. They still have the front three.
Well, I thought Icardi's out now. His contract's expired.
I
No.
mean, I'm not sure about that, but if Icardi's contract is expired, I don't know why.
Or he has 1 year. Besides the point, he's been really like he's been shifted out of the team. Like he's not really involved anymore.
You know, I think Richarlison needs to go to a club that's going to be more competitive than the Spurs. I think he's a Champions League quality player. I think he's someone that can make a difference in a better team. However,
But I just think when you
It's tough.
have a team like Tottenham where they finally found their form with a Kane, Kulusevski, and Son, where does Richarlison fit in that equation? Because he's not a rotation player.
So glad you said that, and that's why he's a stink for me.
I think it's a stink.
for Spurs, yeah, I'd agree it's a stink for that reason.
I think it's a stink for both clubs. Like I don't think Everton can afford to lose Richarlison right now as like a squad
He's
player.
not starting over
Well-
Kane. He's not going to start over Sonny. He's not going to
No
start
way.
over Kulusevski.
Well, I think
But
he
then
sells
also-
for enough money where
but
they
then-
can buy
but-
replacements.
Yeah,
But I
but,
think
yeah,
they
but, then,
think.
but then also to lose a Bergwijn in exchange. But I don't think they're not offering a lot of money. They're offering some money in Bergwijn.
Yeah, which is the issue, right? Richarlison can go 50 plus, right?
And that's what, because of financial fair play, that's what Everton needs. Everton needs money coming into the club. Because they spent over 500 million these past 3 seasons, and look what that's gotten them. And now they're facing financial fair play charges. So
Yeah, for me it's a stink. I don't think. I think he could go somewhere a lot
yeah,
better.
these series of transfers I think are a stink personally.
Let him go to Arsenal.
Gordon, maybe. I think Gordon's an ink. He'll be a rotation player easy for them. That won't be an issue. Him and Lucas Moura can rotate into that team.
No.
No. But yeah, that so stink for Richarlison for me.
Stink.
For Spurs, he's a stink. Yes.
For Everton, I think the whole move in general is
I
just
think
a stink.
I think there's other clubs that are better fit for him. A better fit for him.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like an Arsenal would be brilliant.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'd be upset if you did.
I would say ink just because.
If he went to a Newcastle
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Okay.
with you have a Saint Maximin, you have Bruno Guimaraes behind him, supposedly Paqueta coming in.
No. I can't see Paqueta at.
That's what everyone said about Bruno Guimaraes. He's a Champions League quality midfielder. Everyone
awesome.
thought
No, because
He's
the
very good.
other team he was linked to was Arsenal. He
Yeah,
knows
but
that.
but United was trying to get him. Even Chelsea were in for him, but Newcastle had the money. That's the thing. This transfer window is going to be a bit different, in my opinion, because as soon as the end of July, August comes around, we're going to see Newcastle sort of like flex their bag and be like, okay, you want to go to this club, but we'll offer you 10 times what they're offering, and you can be a guaranteed starter in a Premier League side, you know?
They're offering him a dream that they're going to be top 5 within a couple years, and I think that's why people are very attracted to it.
If they invest the money right, I think they can.
Well, they are. And even if they don't, they still have more to spend. So let's say they buy something for 100 million, and the guy turns out to be a complete stink. That doesn't even dent what they have into the club. So
For sure. So now, guys, I think that's the end of our segment. Ink or Stink. It was a fun one. We had some good transfers there, some agreements, some disagreements.
Some-
You didn't let me. You didn't let me. You didn't let me
I've
answer
never heard
Richarlison either, but it's okay.
You said ink.
You said Ink.
Yeah, but everybody.
We said Stinks and you said Ink.
I know it's a majority, but it's okay.
No, but it's no. We're giving our opinions. It's not one final ruling.
Ardi vetoes it regardless.
No,
No,
we're
I
just
feel like I'm
giving
being
our
edged out. It's
opinions.
okay, guys.
No.
Like just like Besmir said, it's my second to last. It might be my last actually. So
Hey, well, John, for what it's worth, one of the guests last week literally said I shouldn't be on the show anymore. So, and I hope you're listening, Max, because here I am, baby.
there you go.
Next, we have 10 of the smartest transfers so far in the transfer window so far. We've compiled this list, Dejan and I, or sort of I.
You
Well, okay,
don't
I was gonna
ever
clarify.
include me in
I
that.
was gonna clarify. I gave Dejan names and he looked them up for me because I forgot my laptop today.
Some of them
slacking. I
are
apologize.
complete, like who, what, where.
Well, because like, what do you want me to say? Oh, Gabriel Jesus, such a smart transfer.
Well, just to be clear,
It is.
myself and Jonathan were late, but we remembered our laptops. So, what's the point of being early if you're unprepared, Artie?
Well, you know, I'm the host, so I can do whatever I want.
Fair enough. All right, but
Anyways,
no comment.
so first one, number 10, is Schlotterbeck to Dortmund. Dortmund sort of building up their defensive cover now, really trying to solidify themselves as contenders
Still won't be better than
in
Bayern.
the Bundesliga.
Yeah, Dortmund competing for second place.
Yeah.
That's what everyone in the Bundesliga does.
Well, let's see what happens because now they have
Sorry.
Adeyemi in. We don't know how he's going to perform in the Bundesliga.
Not better than Holland. So
But maybe him and Malen are going to link up well where they'll sort of replace that goal output. And now with them having more defensive cover, we'll see.
no. One word answers are
John, what were we
are the
thinking?
peak.
Schlotterbeck to Dortmund.
He's too busy looking at Iker Casillas, his idol right now.
That's my hero, bro. No, but Schlotter, I think
He's
it's
just sitting there just admiring Iker Casillas' face.
Iker Casillas, Inc. Right, John?
absolutely 100%.
Jonathan,
1,000,000%.
This is Jonathan right now. Imagine Iker Casillas is on the screen right in front of you. He's just caressing the screen,
Yeah,
just
just-
like, oh my.
Oh,
Iker.
my
He has a
Iker
shrine at home of him.
Yes.
No, bro, because he is the reason I started goalkeeping, honestly. But
Say Iker,
look,
right?
Ink. No. Yes, of course. El Ángel Guardián de Madrid y España. But yeah, man. Listen, I think it's great. It's good business. I mean, obviously, the Holland business was not good business, but that's why I think
we have
the-
to wait
the-
and see.
I agree with him on that.
Very bad business. They get
Very bad
they get an F
60 mil for Holland.
They get an
Who
F
could
minus.
At least go for 120.
Yeah, but
plus.
you have to understand the way how that buyout clause worked out. Yeah, it's 60 million to Dortmund, but it's also like 20 million to the father. It's also 10 million to the agent. It's also it's also the fact that if you sign, there was also a clause where if you sign him for that money, you had to sign X amount of dollars for a contract, which is he's now one of the highest paid players in the Premier League now with
Like
somewhere close to
520.
500K a week.
Yeah, 522K. But still, that's a third of his value in the market. Like
he could have gone for a lot more.
Easily 180 mil.
Oh yes, 100%.
At the end of the day, Dortmund still made a profit. They only got him for like 15.
Yeah, but that profit really doesn't do
Yeah, but
anything.
that's nothing, man. I mean,
Well,
look,
Dortmund paid like 22 for him. So, but here's the deal for Borussia Dortmund.
22.
How much did they pay for Adeyemi?
38.
They made 20 plus million on a proof. First of all, Adeyemi is going to be one of the best signs of the season. They signed a proven Bundesliga striker from a rival club, right?
Well, no, he
And
was
sold-
Salzburg. He wasn't Leipzig. Adeyemi.
Oh, sorry,
Still
well,
Red Bull.
Red Bull. Everyone hates a Red Bull anyway. But I don't. But I love excellence.
I don't either.
But,
Oh, thanks, man. Cheers to that.
New York Rebels, if you're listening, I am not affiliated with these men.
Neither am I.
no,
We love the Rebel Bull.
We love the
I mean, I'm
Rebel
going to the
Bulls,
game tomorrow, but whatever.
But still, they signed Adeyemi. He's going to be brilliant for them.
Yeah.
Right. On top of that, they've made money off Holland, and realistically, for City, it's a great move. For Dortmund, it's a great move. They made money, and realistically
Could've made a lot
speaking,
more.
Dude, I just think it's an F minus. Like, if I were to give him a rating, I would give him an F
I'd
for
say
that signing, bro.
D plus
Listen,
in terms of Dortmund, but for City,
it comes to the point that how much did Holland do for Dortmund?
a lot.
That the one thing I love about Borussia Dortmund is that they don't sit there and when the players decide they need to move on, Dortmund is reasonable and lets them go. Right? Lewandowski wants out of Bayern and they're struggling to let him go for a reasonable price or whatever it might be, which is ridiculous if you ask me. I mean, how much has Lewa done for Bayern that he's not being allowed
But also,
to
it's the
leave?
fact of that they're gonna get a profit off of him because they got him for free. He's an aging player.
So let him go for free.
Yeah. Well, no. He's technically he has one more year, so they just sell him for 35 million. That like Barcelona want to buy him for.
No, but they don't want to let him go for free. But in reality, you got the guy for free. He came in. It helped you continue to compete at the very top of the upper echelon
what was
of
it?
European clubs.
It was 5 goals in 7 minutes against
like
Wolfsburg.
5 goals in 9 minutes.
9 minutes. 5
That's
goals.
more than
in
some
9 minutes.
forwards
Yeah.
who are
Yeah,
Yeah,
Chelsea
that was
season.
ridiculous, especially that last one, the half.
And the
freaking
thing
volley
is, that same week,
That's
Sadio
amazing.
Mane, I think, put 3 goals in 7 minutes against Southampton.
Incorrect. 3 goals in 2 minutes and 59 seconds.
What?
2 minutes, 59 seconds?
Yeah.
For oh, you're talking about
He
Well,
has
he scored the fastest hat trick. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
fast
that
hat-trick.
week, it was the fastest hat trick, and then Lewandowski's like, let me show you the fastest 5 goals you'll see. You know,
Yeah.
let me just one.
No,
up.
listen, I think Dortmund is still doing good business because they got Nicolas Sula on a free as well,
Good.
and then
Get him out.
and then so they got 2 center backs. Are pretty, that's good
They
for
still
them.
have Hummels. Zagadu's gone. They still have Akanji.
That's still some good depth right there. I think great.
Yeah, but a back 3 of Sule, Akanji, and Schlotterbeck.
If they play the back 3, I'm not
They
sure.
also
if they
don't
will,
have a
but-
coach.
Well, they're gonna have to because the right back's Munir. Munir struggles. He plays better as a wingback.
Munir is Dortmund's Pavard.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh.
You see, I think Munir is more so a forward player than he is a defender.
Yeah.
He's always just been forced in that role.
He's a right midfielder, pretty much.
Yeah.
in my eyes.
He's way more of a progressive attacking player. And you also have Nico Schultz,
Oh, left back.
Rafael Guerrero. Oh, Guerrero's supposedly leaving.
Girl, I like
Yeah, he's good.
Schultz.
So, anyways, next one. We have Matthias Ginter to Freiburg. Mönchengladbach to Freiburg. What? It's smart transfer for Freiburg. Great business, but
Especially since they lost
Such
Schlotterbeck. So
oh my god.
makes
but
sense.
what's
Experience with
Matthias Ginter? In all honesty, can start for top 5 Premier League teams easy.
He is such a moron that it's not even funny. Why would you go to Freiburg, right?
Yeah.
You go from Borussia Mönchengladbach, who are sometimes make Europa League, Conference League, maybe even Champions League at best, and then you go to Freiburg. Not a Premier League team, not even a Serie A team, which he could have started anywhere for. He chooses to go to a lower league side in the same league. I don't agree with it. He's a very class player. I absolutely love him. I get to sign him at almost every career mode that I do. He's such a good player. I don't agree with this transfer.
I don't agree with it either, but it's smart transfer business on Freiburg.
He's 28. You know, he's not. It's not like he's 33 or something.
Well, do you see Freiburg as making a push for maybe getting top 4
no,
in the Bundesliga?
Nah.
maybe 5, 6, 7 even. But
Did they
top
finish
4,
the
I don't
season
think
there?
so.
Like 6?
they, honestly, I think they finished 5th. I'm pretty sure.
That's what we're thinking, because I think Chelsea could have used Matthias Ginter easy. They could have bought him if they wanted to.
Who? Chelsea.
Oh. That's the point I'm making. He's definitely someone who could start in any of the top 5 leagues. He could start for a top 5
He's
Premier
going
League.
around. He's going
They're
around
finishing
for
ninth.
19.8 mil. That's a steal.
Yeah.
28-year-old won the World Cup, won the DFB Pokal. I think he won the Germany Euro Championship, won a DFB Pokal. You know, German Super Cup winner.
Yeah.
For 19 mil.
Yeah, I think he would have done well at Chelsea. I think he would have done well at United. I think he would have done well at a lot
exactly.
of these clubs.
Like, even it blows my mind sometimes.
But
But I don't think sometimes transfers aren't up to the player though. It's just up to the clubs.
yeah, but also the player has to give a verbal agreement that he wants to join the club.
Well, no, he has to put pen to paper technically. But
Yeah, but as we said, one of the smarter transfers, Ginter to
Yeah,
Freiburg.
fair.
Next, Mark Roja or Roca, however you pronounce it.
Okay.
Jonathan, you can correct me if
So
you want.
you-
To Leeds.
Oh, what? Well, sorry. Just to go back. I didn't realize Ginter played at Freiburg when he started his career. It's where he's from.
Yeah.
So in all reality, for him to continue playing in the Bundesliga for his hometown club where he started his career, for me, I think it's brilliant for
Go
him.
when you're 33, man. Not when you're in your prime.
Yeah, come on. The Bayern League doesn't matter what age you are. You'll still perform.
So you told me
Sorry.
before we started, you told me to have these names, and now you put a complete different name that I don't have here.
What are you talking about? Mark Roca to Leeds. I told you that one.
Oh, Roca.
No.
Oh, Roca.
No.
Yeah, he's a CDM.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you didn't mention that one.
Oh, so we're not talking about Real Madrid.
Well, we are. We're going to. We're not going to take this.
Mark
long on
Roca,
this.
I'll make it short and sweet for you. Mark Roca, get him out of Bayern. He wasn't there. He wasn't supposed to be there to begin with. I'm glad Leeds signed him.
Hey,
Last signing for them.
Leeds quality player. I'd take him.
Yeah,
Think it.
Smart transfer. I
he's
think smart
brilliant there.
transfer.
Yes.
It makes sense.
Doesn't belong at Bayern though.
Next,
No, not even as rotation.
here's the thing. So West Ham have needed a center back, and they just signed one in Aguard from the Liga.
Agreed.
Who?
Aguard. I think that's how it's pronounced.
I don't know who he is either, but 31 appearances, 2 goals, 3 assists, 1 red card. You know, typical defender.
The big thing about him is that he's a left-sided center back. He can play with his left foot.
He could play center back. He could play left back.
As ridiculous as it might sound, guys, he was on the free transfer market. He was a free transfer. He was a free agent in FIFA last night on career mode. If you guys remember, the Aguar, the Moroccan guy, I signed this guy. I almost signed this guy last night on career mode.
Nah.
Remember?
Almost.
We said he has to be good because he sounds good.
He's played a total of 40 matches, 4 goals, 3 assists.
Yeah, but listen, he's a national team player.
Yeah.
Ren puts out quality players all the
We see
time.
that with Traore, with Doku right now.
Looking at Mendy and a bunch of these guys, they're always a quality
I was
side.
only
Yeah.
gonna say Chelsea
So-
players.
But no, but they put out quality players consistently. They're
They
a
do.
good pipeline for players into Europe's top leagues.
Yeah, well, Kamavinga.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
Like, he's going to be one of the greatest midfielders in the world one day.
Absolutely. He came out of
Yeah.
there. So
For Bayern Munich.
So, like I said, smart transfer.
We tried to say
Did
that.
really well. Next,
You think so?
we have Oliveira
Don't know who
from
that is.
Getafe to Napoli.
See, this guy, I've never.
Well, I'm
ever
saying
heard
this
of
because
guy.
Napoli is losing a lot of players, and to bring
you
in
said
someone,
mass exodus when we were talking the other day. Which
Yes.
is right. Yeah.
Yeah, who are
Mass
these guys, man?
exodus.
Honestly.
So when you sit there, right, and you think about these players, where do these players just pop up randomly into your head?
well,
so
I
many-
was
there's so
I
many
was just
transfers
I was
going
just researching like what were smart transfers that clubs were doing to
Like,
sort
if you
of
sit there,
find a way
and
to,
you
like-
just sit there and think. I don't think Matias Oliveira is gonna ever pop up into your head.
no,
Ever.
never.
Even as like a smart one.
These are
I don't think he's ever
mid,
just
mid,
gonna go.
mid.
Oh my
Mid.
god.
Mid.
Well, you know what, guys? When you produce a show like Matchweek, we cover all types of players and
I
all
hope he
types of
goes on to
transfers.
have like a world class season and goes for like 150 million next summer,
He won't.
just so you can shut Dejan.
Highly unlikely, but
Yeah. Thank you.
I mentioned this point just because Napoli are trying to be proactive in bringing in players because they're losing a lot.
He's a left back, a left midfielder. Who left back? I can see him play because
'cause-
they don't have a left back.
Yeah, because here's the thing, because Mario Rui's out.
they don't have anybody.
Goulam's finally leaving. Haisaj is there, but Haisaj is old
Is it
now.
right back?
The Albanian.
Hisai?
Yeah, Hisai.
Haisaj.
Hisai.
I say it for the
I wanna
audience
give
to
him a
understand.
Hisai.
If I say Hisai, they're not going to understand it.
Hisai's not that old, is he?
No, yeah, he's old. He's
No,
up
he's
there
like
now.
29, 30 maybe at most. But he's also plays left mid, and Napoli's famous left mid. You're not gonna be able to replace that. unless you-
Insigne's
he just
gone.
turned 28 in February.
Really? Why does he look so much
you
older,
guys
bro?
are killing
Who?
me.
because he's Albanian. He has the beard. he
That's
has,
true. The
Yeah,
Sheepheads do look
yeah,
old at a
yeah.
very young age.
Like my dude's been playing.
For Napoli for like years.
He's
That's the
for
thing.
Lazio right
He's been
now.
at Lazio for a year.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought you were still at Napoli.
Yeah, you're worried about Hitafe midfielders.
Yeah, you're worried about Hitafe, dude.
Yeah, dude, I can't believe this.
But anyways,
Moving on.
moving on.
He's been playing Empoli, Napoli, Lazio for a decade now. So put some respect on his
Yeah.
name,
That's
please, guys.
Syria.
But like I said,
hasn't-
when you're losing a lot of players, you need you they're making a smart transfer. They're trying to fill in the places that they're losing a lot of.
but it's Napoli. They have money. It's not like they don't want to splash like a good 35 mil on a good left
But
back.
the thing is, like, like besides like a Juve, do these Serie A clubs like really have money? Because Inter, they got bought out by a whole bunch of different like owners, constantly cycling through. AC Milan just got bought out again. So
yeah, I think Napoli has money. I think they're very cheap, which is okay. I mean, this kid is going for 60.5 mil. So 16, sorry, not 60.
yeah,
He's never reaching that.
that's why I said it was smart. 16 million. He's gonna come in. He's gonna put a shift.
6 appearances. 6 appearances for Getafe. 6.
Anyways, next one. Kamara to Aston Villa.
Very good signing.
That genius. Boubacar Kamara was linked to every club and their mother. And the fact that Aston Villa was able to swoop him up. I did also want to include Diego Carlos in this conversation, but
But you didn't, because you decided Patrick Wimmer, whoever that is.
I gotta make it interesting, Dan. I can't just talk about all the big names for no reason. All right, we gotta show that we have ball knowledge on the show.
But people want to hear the big signings.
All right.
You got to give the people what they want.
Okay, you know what?
Let's talk about Iker Casillas, 'cause that's what John did.
Let's talk about how-
Okay, so hold on. So we're only going to talk about 2 more players because I'm not in the mood of you guys ridiculing me about these random.
It's not ridicule. It's
All right,
I
suggestion.
respect the research and time
Thank
you put
you.
in
Yes.
for these guys because you've now taken Ten Hag's job away from him. He doesn't have to research these players. He knows what he needs.
Scouting
All he has to do
director.
is
Here we
go
go.
on iHeartRadio
Okay,
and just listen.
so next we have David Neres to Benfica after the whole Ukraine situation.
It's unfortunate Shakhtar paid X amount of money for him, and with the situations
all
that
the
happen
players
right
were
now.
allowed an out now.
The fact that he's only getting to Benfica is shocking for me because
agree.
I thought David Neres could have gone just about
Yeah,
anywhere.
world beater, 100%. Next we have, lastly, Gravenberch to Bayern.
I don't have to say
Smart.
much.
It's a smart move. What was it? Was it 25 million or 30 million?
Dude,
I
it
saw
was
18.
Like about 22.
I saw 18.
18 maybe. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah. So it's 18 million rising to 25 with add-ons,
That's ridiculous.
which is such a great move for Bayern. Because Toliso's out now, right? He's gone. Contract expired.
I'm gonna miss Coco, but it is what it is.
You guys still have Sabitzer, but I think he might be on the out.
Nah, he's gonna stay.
I don't think he's staying because he wants to start. And I think rightfully so. He's a starter.
Yeah.
I don't think he sits to the bench in the Bundesliga. He should be starting every game.
No comment, but yeah.
You want to keep him?
I'd keep him. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Rotation player. He
Well,
could sit there.
we
play
talked
some
about
matches.
this. What
It's tough
last?
because he came out of.
If somebody's tired or somebody's not performing well, he could slide in there whenever.
Yeah.
It's not like we have manager like Carlo Ancelotti who doesn't play any striker that isn't Benzema.
Well,
That-
Mayoral is gonna be the backup, so
Yeah, have fun with that.
Well, when you go on a run and win the Champions League the way Real Madrid did,
Yeah.
you can do whatever you want, especially
Yeah.
if you're Carlo Ancelotti and win everything.
I don't like him. He stinks. But
Yeah, because all he did was go to Bayern and win stuff there too.
he didn't win
Yeah,
the Champions
and
League
then-
at Bayern, so
he won everything.
He's won it just about everywhere else though.
Yeah. No, it's okay though.
I think
understand the
Gravenberch
hate.
is
That's
gonna
right.
be
Some people were born to be sour towards anyone that's not Bayern, so we understand, Dejan.
because you're talking, Mr.
All right, guys,
Chelsea.
that concludes the section. I did my best to try to make it fun and
Thank you,
interesting,
Ardi.
but
That's
you know
good.
what? You guys just bagged on me and you ruined it, so it's fine.
No,
Next,
it's very good.
we are doing stay, sell, loan for Real Madrid.
Casillas.
So first thing first, we're going to talk about the
Yes.
goalies that they have. So they only have 2 goalkeeping options in a Courtois and then Lunin. I think both are guaranteed stays, right? Especially after the Champions League final Courtois has. I don't think there's any chance he leaves anytime soon.
Oh no.
He stays, 100%.
Courtois, yeah, stay 100%.
Oh no, they have. Yeah.
Lunin stays because he's backup goalie. Makes sense.
Ancelotti out.
Next,
Gosh, here we
next
go.
we're going to start talking about the defense. So we have Eder Militao, a stay, obviously.
Well, yeah. Because
He
he's
was
young.
about to say something, man.
I
What?
was very disappointed with him this season, but I'm just so glad that Rudiger's coming.
I disagree.
Militao's only 24. He's still got a lot to learn, but obviously, he's good. I can't say anything because I'm not at his level, but hey, there's other center backs I'd rather have, of course.
There's no reason to sell Eder Militao right now. I think having that defensive depth is worth it,
No,
especially when you have a David Alaba in company. So
Okay, how old is Eder Militao?
24.
How old is Alaba?
30.
Realistically speaking, Militao is not hasn't entered his prime yet, especially now
Right.
with center backs it being maybe a little later.
Yep.
Militao is going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
Aided with the addition of Antonio Rudiger. Unreal quality
Yeah,
at center
so
back
stay,
from Madrid.
100%.
Stay.
David Alaba, of course, a stay,
Yep.
without a doubt.
Oh, so good.
Next, Nacho Fernandez.
Stay.
Dude, he's so loyal.
Stay.
I love that guy.
I think
For loyalty, he's a stay, but let's be real. He continues to not be Real Madrid level, man.
yeah.
No, I think he could start for some other clubs, maybe Premier League clubs or whatever, but for us, he's been with Real Madrid 20 years.
He starts for a Wolves at best.
Well,
At best.
At best, yeah.
Oh no, he could like a West Ham and Everton. Not
No,
West Ham,
but
Everton.
he's the kind of guy you can rely on the bench. You can count on him for a
Yeah.
backup for someone
Yeah, but
else.
you also don't
He
understand.
also
if
won
you're-
5
if-
Champions
if
League, guys.
you're-
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Thank you.
Well, here's
He's
the thing.
been with Real Madrid
He's-
20 years,
He's 30,
5 Champions
he's
Leagues.
32 years old. He's sat on the bench for most of the Champions League wins.
His contract he'll see out, and then I think he'll be a player that retires at 33, 34.
Or he'll go to like Getafe or something.
I don't think he leaves Real Madrid. I think he's a one man club.
He really is. 20 plus years, man.
So next we have
Vallejo.
Vallejo, yeah.
Yep. Jesus Vallejo. That's another.
25. Smart pickup. He's only worth $3 million on the market right now. Do we stay?
No.
Sell or loan?
I would. Well, he just came back from a loan from Getafe, so he's. I think I would keep him in the squad, unless they want to loan him out again. I don't see why.
Do you need that depth in the Real Madrid squad?
Actually, well, that what it all depends on too is apparently Ancelotti's planning on deploying 3 center backs this season potentially. That might actually happen with Rudiger coming in. So that'll be interesting to see if the system changes. I think it would be good to have that kind of depth.
You're not going to have a Daniel Carvajal who's like 34 as a right wing back. There's not a shot.
No, but that's why freaking Odriozola, he's staying too. He's coming he's gonna be.
Odriozola?
He's gonna be there because they're gonna be right now. It's
Yeah,
Vasquez.
we're gonna move
Carvajal's
on
30
to that.
years old.
Vasquez, yeah.
Carvajal's 30 years old.
Yeah.
If Marcus Alonso can do the job at wing back, Carvajal can more than do a job
Right.
at wing back.
The only issue is
But
that
long-term
I think
replacement?
he has a heart problem, though.
Yes.
Nah, well, here's the thing. Yeah, it's gonna be Odriozola and Vasquez vying for that backup spot.
We're going to talk about the wing backs just a moment, but I just want to finish up this center back conversation with Jesus Vallejo.
Vallejo.
If they go 3 center
Vallejo.
Okay, I think Vallejo should. No, I think he's a stay for the simple fact that you also need cover at center back roles. With only having Nacho in a 3 center back system being the only cover,
Yep.
I think he needs to be in there, especially when you're playing, teams that aren't that good, like a Bayern or something. And
Yeah.
So
he's a stay for me.
Stay.
I think it's brilliant.
I agree.
I think it's
You looked
it's
at me
good.
trying to get a reaction. I know better.
You're a busy structure.
So here's the thing. This is going to be the first season in 15 years that Marcelo will not be at the club.
That's okay.
Yeah, he's free agent.
Honestly, at times I forgot he was even at the club last year.
Yeah, he was aging out.
now. Yeah.
Now for left back options, we have Ferland Mendy, who's an obvious stay. I don't think Real Madrid can afford to have it.
Stay.
Anyone else? And then for backup, you have Miguel Gutierrez,
Mm-hmm.
who is
It's
is
academy.
a stay. He's academy. I don't think there's any chance of you guys letting him go because you need that left back coverage.
That's the only left back we really have.
I mean, Alaba could still, he basically made his career at left back. So if you ever need to deploy him at left back, you can.
But I think as Alaba ages, I mean, he is 30, but as he ages as center back, if there are going to be 3 center backs, it'd be awesome to have him right there in the middle, kind of like Thiago Silva style, it'd be really cool to see. So I think it'd be nice to have another left back, but that's pretty much it. Yeah.
He's hurting right now.
You guys can have
hear the
Marcos
pain in his
Alonso.
Yeah. he's
Actually, he'd be
he's
great
Spanish
at Real
too.
Madrid.
Yeah, he's Spanish too.
His dad did play there, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, and his grandfather.
Yeah.
Makes
and he
sense.
did too. He played there through the youth academy. So
That'd be nice.
But he wasn't good
I'll
enough.
take him.
So next we have Daniel Carvajal.
Stay.
stay.
Obviously.
Oh yeah.
Next. So I have a
Lucas.
question. Is Vasquez considered a right back, or would you consider him a right winger, John?
Now he's a right back.
He's a right back for
wing
sure.
Yeah.
He's
Right wing
committed
back.
to right back because he's definitely transferred. He switched that role just because it's just.
Because he
It was
sucks
a
at right
huge.
wing.
It was a huge gap.
But that was also something I think that happened under Zidane, where no one really expected him to sort of formulate that sort of idea with someone like Vasquez. Like
Yeah,
no
I
one
mean-
thought that Zidane was able to sort of analyze and rework players. They just thought he was only a man manager, which sort of like kudos to him for being able to spot that, you know?
Right. Besides, I mean, it's tough to fill in. Like, to give Vasquez a starting spot or something on the right wing, it's just so tough. Like, with the kind of quality that... Even before we signed Rodrigo, and Asensio's obviously coming up through the academy as well, the way
Yeah,
he
but
did.
Asensio, I think, has been one of the bigger letdowns out of the academy. And he's someone who might be on the out. Like, so we'll
Yeah.
talk
He
about
is
it in a
on the
second.
Potentially,
out,
he
but
is,
I don't
he
think
is,
he's
but-
bad.
So Vasquez is a stay, right? I think we
he's
all
a
agree
bulldog.
it's
He's
stay. And is Odriozola officially back, or is he?
Yes, he is.
Or is it a 2-year loan,
he's-
or with the option to buy?
He's back.
He's
Okay.
back. I think he was at Fiorentina.
Yeah, he was.
He's coming back.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
So he's a stay.
He's
He
coming
might
back.
even start.
I would give, I mean, it depends, but give Danny Carvajal some rest and kind of Odriozola, he can do a good job of there. If we play like an out and out right back.
So then next
It all depends.
we have Casemiro, stay. Obviously, I don't see him leaving.
No, he's
The
a
old
stay.
guard. That guy's amazing.
Federico Valverde,
Stay.
stay 100%.
Phenomenal. Yep.
Eduardo Camavinga just came in, first season, looked phenomenal, stay.
I think he should leave to Chelsea. But that's just me.
Well, if you go to my career mode, he was actually Spurs signed him, so that's kind of funny.
No
Yes.
comment.
No
yes,
comment.
listeners. Jonathan
And 90 rated.
manages
90 rated.
Spurs.
20. Yeah. Anyway.
So next we have Toni Kroos,
Stay.
stay.
Yep.
Danny Ceballos,
He's out.
I think it's a loan.
I think
He's 25
No, I think he's out.
because he's
man.
someone who's good for squad depth.
Well, here's my thing, right? Is Casemiro, Kroos, Modric are all up there in age now, and this is the same argument I made over for Chelsea was you're gonna need some depth,
Yeah,
right? Who do you have right now? Camavinga, Valverde,
Tchouaméni.
coming in,
Tchouaméni.
yeah, Tchouaméni.
Isco.
Well, Isco's contract expired.
Yes, he's done.
He's gone.
Yeah. Oh my God, he's a massive free
He's
signing.
he's
but
probably gonna sign for I think AC Milan
that
personally
would be brilliant.
It'd be
but-
nice to see either Milan or
because
he's only 30. Wow.
yeah, but he's better than Brahim Diaz.
He's
Oh,
better
for
than
sure.
a lot of midfielders in the world. I love Isco.
He's better than Fred. He's better than McTominay.
He'd
Yeah, but
he'd be
he's
great
not
at
he's not gonna start over Bruno Fernandes.
He could play
Fernandes.
center back.
Bruno Fernandes.
Fernandes.
Bruno could play center mid.
I think he could go.
They both play
yeah,
next to each other and get a quality defensive midfielder in behind.
Yeah,
Who?
but you're asking United to find quality, bro. Come on.
Yeah, that's
Look
fair.
what club you're talking about.
Juan Mata
See that's
2.0.
that's a big issue, right? If Valverde, Tchouaméni, Camavinga are all in there,
Toni Kroos, Casemiro, Modric.
Yeah.
Ceballos is not going to.
Not to mention
Ceballos is on his way out. Then I guess, right?
who
That's why I was saying.
Ceballos could leave you
Yeah,
for
but
sure.
no, but that's why I was
he
saying
doesn't even want to be
Ceballos
at the
is
club.
as a loan though because he's only 25.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Even
I
if he
mean,
gets loaned, he's still going to come back to the same situation.
he's-
that he was in.
Well, no, because
Brother,
like
he
what
just keeps getting loaned out, loaned out, loaned out.
Modric is 36, Kroos is 32, Casemiro is 30. So if he gets loaned out for another 2 years when he hits his prime at 27,
yeah, but does he
how
want
long-
that?
who knows if they're still going to be there?
How long do you want this kid to be a backup for? He could play
Yeah,
at
dude.
Getafe. He could play anywhere right now
He could play,
as a
at,
starting
he could
center
play
mid.
at 16, 17 of the clubs in La Liga.
Yeah.
Serie A he could play.
He can play in a bunch of once again, an AC Milan is a good place for Danny Ceballos to jump into, but it just depends on where he wants to go. For me,
And Napoli because
He
they're
has to
losing
go.
players.
He could even play at a place like he
Lazio.
could even play at like a Dortmund if he really wanted to. I
Yeah,
think
that would be
he-
interesting to see.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
But so are we gonna do sell or loan? What are we deciding?
He's a sell for me because I think it's best for
Yeah.
him as a
Okay.
player.
A sell.
Yeah, I agree.
I can agree with that.
Get rid of him.
All right.
So-
So then after that, Luka Modric obviously to stay 36. He might as well retire at Real Madrid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's cool. We already talked about. I mean, he's done.
Exited. Yep. So now
so-
we're on to the attackers. Vinicius Jr. Sell. Get him out of there. Sell him to United.
When was the last time he did anything productive for Real Madrid?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Vinicius
obviously,
Jr. I think there's no explanation needed. He's a stay.
he already signed the deal.
Yeah. He signed what a 4-year deal,
Yeah,
5
it was
year.
pretty amazing.
5 years till 2027.
And then, not to mention, PSG tried to lure him away before he's signing, like 40 million a
He's
year, or
not
something like that,
Neymar,
whatever it
guys.
was.
He's not Neymar.
He's better.
He's,
In my opinion,
he's
he'll be
much.
better.
He's gonna be much better, dude. Because
No comment.
without all the fluff and all the freaking what's it called,
Next.
trickeries. that Neymar
31
does.
years old, ex-Chelsea player, Eden Hazard.
No, I
Stay,
think he's
sell,
a stay.
loan.
No, I think he's a stay because he's had injury problems.
Do you think that Real Madrid would benefit him playing more of a central role than out wide?
Yeah.
Do you think
Where is he going to play central?
well,
Listen, in
do you
all
think he could
fairness-
play in behind Benzema?
Well, listen. In all fairness, when he has played and he's been healthy, he's looked good at Real Madrid.
Yeah, but the point is that him getting up there in age, like obviously he still has the talent. Everyone's just worried about the legs, but do you think he could still have the legs to be that explosive winger that he's always been in his career?
No. I also I mean I think since we're talking about wingers, I also want to mention that our golden boy, Fede Valverde, is deployed now almost every single game on the right wing. Which is amazing to see because he's a bulldog.
But he's not your traditional right winger.
Of course not. No.
He's just up there just to be an extra person to press. He's not your phenomenal attacker. He's not someone who is your creative, skillful outlet. He's someone who's going to press the ball,
Yep.
make the tackle, find the pass.
Because long term, like we know, Valverde is going to slot into one of those, Luka Modric slots, whatever, once they age out.
In the
But
Champions League final, me and Besmir were wrong. That shot or the driven ball that he went across the box, it was a shot.
Yeah.
It was a shot.
That
he
was
admitted it.
Yeah,
He admitted it.
I watched it. He shanked the shot completely, and it somehow managed.
We all watched it, didn't we?
That was a ball. What do you mean he shanked a shot?
It was a shot.
No, that was
he
a
was
shot.
he was looking for a
Yeah,
shot.
you saw that other reverse camera angle.
Yeah.
He was looking to goal.
Dude, he head down and
Oh, you know what it
drove
is?
it.
No, what it is? He's faked everyone out. That's all it was, bro. Come on.
Yeah, himself included.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the thing. If you don't know what you're doing, how's the opponent supposed to know what you're doing? Come on. Come on.
Those are the hardest players to mark. The guys who they pick up like off the street to come play in Sunday League sometimes.
Especially
It's
since
like-
that ball beat Van Dijk and Trent. I mean, Trent didn't even try to do it, but whatever.
Well, Trent's not a good defender,
I think
so
that
that's not
ball
really
beat
that
everyone
difficult.
considering nobody realized it was a shot.
Yeah, well, it won us
if
the
you
Champions
propose-
League. So
So Eden Hazard, stay.
Stay for me.
he would stay for another season maybe.
Next
But
up,
that's it.
Rodrigo.
Oh, he's a stay.
There's
Yeah.
no doubt about
I
it.
think he's a fraud. He's not your typical Brazilian kid that does skills and everything, but he's crucial to that team.
I think he offers. Yeah, like I
Dan
said, a lot of
loves
depth.
giving the hot takes here, and I'm here for it. I'm here
When
for
have
it.
you ever seen him do a skill move?
Yeah, but who needs skill moves, dude? What is?
You're Brazilian.
It doesn't matter.
He's clinical.
Okay,
he's
just to
clinical.
Just to be clear, you're not born in Brazil and then given here's your
Here's your
five-star
five-star weak
skill
foot.
moves, right? Like
That's
Fine.
how it is, though.
Or rather, you can't leave Brazil until you do these.
Yeah, it's like
You're not allowed to leave
here's
until you master all the skills.
here is your exit test. Please make sure you just demonstrate
Yeah.
the following.
just to be clear, David Luiz isn't the typical Brazilian center back. You understand that, right?
Yeah,
But he knows how to shoot and score for kicks.
That's
Yeah,
not-
Thiago
that's
Silva
not the
doesn't
point.
though, and he's
That'd be like us making assumptions about Serbians. We don't do that here on the show.
yeah. No, we don't make assumptions.
Rodrigo is
Give it a
clinical.
couple minutes and then we'll see.
Give it a couple.
Oh, well,
Rodrigo
Rodrigo
scores
is a
when it
different
matters
story.
most.
Yeah.
He scores when it matters most. Rodrigo is very, very good.
Oh no,
very
Rodrigo's
good.
brilliant.
Yeah,
Rodrigo and
100%.
Vinny on the wings, with Benzema
Benzema in
through
the
the center
middle.
is unreal. Come on.
And even if let's say a Benzema ages out and leaves, you still have someone like Luka Jovic available.
Oh yeah, so
I'm not
Luka
gonna-
Jovic,
I'm not,
Dejan.
I'm not gonna get into that. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll
So
talk
we're
about that
gonna
a
talk
little
about him in
later,
a second. So Rodrigo's obviously stay. Next, Marco Asensio is a sell. I think get him out of there.
he's gone already. He's going. He's
Arsenal?
Yeah.
Well, supposedly it's
Liverpool, sorry.
it's Arsenal, Liverpool, or AC Milan. Those are the three clubs going in for him right now.
Liverpool, no.
I don't think it makes
Arsenal,
sense Liverpool because
sure.
they just got.
AC Milan, sure.
Yeah, either Arsenal or Milan. That
Enough-
makes sense.
enough-
I'm not gonna lie. I am just jealous of Marco Asensio because the first Champions League he played in when Dua Lipa had that little like halftime show, he went out on a night out with her, and I'm a bit jealous. So kudos to you, Marco Asensio.
Cry about it.
Yeah, you have my respect for
Marco
the
Asensio,
rest of
yeah.
life.
That's my guy, man. I mean, he's cool, but it's really, it hurts to say, like what you guys. It's true. I agree with you. I think he's gonna leave this summer. It's hurt to say because I really expected a lot more from him when obviously coming through the academy and beating out players left and right, like,
Yeah, but, like,
in the academy.
Yeah,
but he just didn't live up
not every player
full
from
hype.
the academy is not meant to be a world beater. They're meant to be supposed to be decent enough and then sell on. Like Chelsea are the best. They sell Gahey, Tomori, Livramento. They're probably gonna sell Broha.
Stop.
Who knows?
He's gonna break out into tears.
If
Yeah.
anything, I'm surprised he didn't sell. What? Why are you looking at me like that? 2 seasons ago. I mean, he's 26. He's going into his prime years. You know what I'm saying? But I guess that's happy for him. Let him go. I would sell him.
Yeah, so Marco Asensio is sell.
I have a very, very like deep love for Asensio. I don't know why. I just enjoy watching him
This is
play.
weird.
No, I enjoy watching Asensio.
Well,
play.
I've seen why I'm jealous of him and how like I have to respect
no.
him.
I mean,
I don't know.
Dua Lipa,
What's
she's-
your?
I
What's
just
your
enjoy
reason?
like he's like an Isco. Like I just very much enjoy watching them.
Yeah,
play.
but I enjoy watching Isco more than I enjoy watching Asensio.
I think Asensio's so talented, so much fun. I think he's better suited.
He's fun to watch.
In like a 3-4-3 as like a 10 in behind the striker, like a wider 10. I think I'd love Asensio at Chelsea. I'd take him at Chelsea.
So
But,
next,
but he's a sell because he doesn't fit into this. No, he's a stay for me.
stay.
There's no depth at the wing position if he leaves. Who else is going to play out there?
Valverde.
Yeah, exactly. And then if Valverde is a winger, then we say Ceballos is a stay because he's covering the middle.
Yeah. So next, we
Or
have
just give Kamavinga more minutes.
Fair
we
enough.
have Gareth Bale sold LAFC. You guys didn't give a reaction before. I'm gonna restate it again. What's our reaction?
We don't have to say
Brilliant.
anything
What's that?
Brilliant.
Oh yeah. Well, whatever.
He's real Hollywood, isn't he now?
Well, no,
It
here's the thing.
absolutely is.
Gareth Bale legitimately just picked the club to stay fit for the World Cup. I think that's what his mindset is right now.
And he chose LAFC to keep him fit.
well,
for the World Cup.
that's all it is. What he doesn't need to be playing at the highest level week in week out, risking injury. He needs to make sure he's
Well-
playing somewhere consistently, making sure he's staying sharp, so he can play at the
So
World
he's not
Cup.
gonna get injured in the MLS.
But I don't think he's gonna play as frequently.
MLS is Brexit ball times 2.
Well, let's be real for a second. Gareth Bale can sit and not play for the next 6 months, and then walk in and lead Wales to glory at a World Cup, or by glory I mean out of the group stage. But
Thank you.
he's Gareth Bale. He's the greatest player to ever step foot on the national team. For
I mean,
Wales.
in my opinion, he is a Real Madrid legend. I don't think anyone ever.
He is. No, I
Real
think
Madrid fans
Absolutely.
cannot disrespect him.
I agree. He's
people just don't like him because his bicycle kick to score in the Champions League final
Was better than
Ronaldo's. People just don't like to hear that. I'm sorry. Boo hoo. Bale's arguably one of the most talented players of the last decade.
So, just to give a little preview for next week, we're gonna have a discussion. Give you guys a little heads up.
An argument.
We're gonna have an all-out brawl. No, it's gonna be who do you think is better? Do you think it's Gareth Bale? Do you think it's Neymar, or do you think it's Eden Hazard? Now, no opinions can be said right now. Think on it. Simmer. Let your brain start picking at it.
That's not right because poor Dejan doesn't have a Bayern player in there.
Dude, all of them are horrible.
Anyways, next we have Kareem Benzema. I think he's gonna retire Real. No reason for him to leave. Stay, without a doubt.
he's the king. Right
yeah.
now.
El Rey de Real, right?
He
Yep.
is. He's absolutely the king. He can do whatever he wants around at this point.
You know, he's a stay, but there's another forward that's a really big issue for Real Madrid. Santiago Munez. Is he a stay?
Santiago
Sell.
Munoz.
Yes. If you ever watch
The movie.
Goal,
It's a very good movie. Very good. Yeah. That's a good
okay,
one.
Okay. I was so confused. Like, wait, hold on.
I've
Do I have
been
the wrong
waiting to
list?
say his name for like 2 months. Huge. Listen, he's a big game player. He's a big game player.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
make Dejan happy. Okay, Luka Jovic, Dejan.
Yeah, so
I'm
Luka
gonna leave him
Jovic
for-
we're at right now.
No, I'm gonna leave him for last.
No. But he's next. No, but he's next. Though.
He's a sell for me. Time's up at Real Madrid.
Yep,
Get him a
sell.
place he can get playing time. and compete.
I'll be the last one to put my opinion.
Yep, I think he's a sell. Jonathan.
Well, given the fact he's going to Fiorentina, I mean,
I don't think he's going to Fiorentina. That's going to be a
He
waste
is.
for him.
He's
He is.
Is
literally,
he actually going to go?
it's literally
That's
like
going to be
it's
such a
literally this
waste
close
for
to
him,
finishing.
man.
It's
He
on a loan.
deserves-
He's
he
going on a
deserves
loan
to be
spell. It's a loan spell, but still, it's good for him. I think it's good for him.
Honestly, the fact that maybe Arsenal didn't go for him was crazy. Like someone like a Luka Jovic is a guaranteed starter at some of these top level clubs.
But yes, I would sell him because I just feel bad for him. I would sell.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
Get him out the club. I didn't agree with him. What's it called? Going there in the first place. I don't agree with it at all. I don't think it was bad business for Real Madrid's point of view. Also, Frankfurt got the best deal out of his 60 mil. He went there.
But what I don't think people don't understand is that Jovic, Haller, and Rebic, them as a three, it's either you buy the three together or you don't buy any of them.
Jovic just needs somebody to be confident in him. Somebody who can, sit there and be like, you know what? I believe in you. And I think you are going to be one of the best.
Yeah, but he
strikers
also
soon.
needs someone like a Seb Haller next to him. He needs someone who's going to be more of a creative
He
forward.
doesn't need anybody next to him.
Yes,
He doesn't.
his best season ever in his career, he had Seb Haller and Rebic feeding
But he
him balls.
scored more
dude.
than both of them.
Yeah, because they were feeding him. That's the point I'm making.
No, Kostic was feeding him. I was watching that whole season. Kostic was feeding.
Wow.
Yeah, okay, bro.
That's aggressive.
Kostic was feeding him. Danny DaCosta was
Look it up
feeding him.
right now. Seb Haller and Rebic had more contributions than Kostic. Guaranteed.
But who was the one who went to a bigger club and scored more goals?
And failed.
And failed.
At that bigger
You guys
club.
haven't had a star since Broya. Thank you.
Okay.
But anyway,
We were talking about that. We were just talking about how...
Why are you
Anyway.
getting so upset, my man?
Because-
the point I'm trying to make is that he needs someone to believe that I'm agreeing with you, but he needs someone behind him. He needs someone to be creating for him.
No.
At Real Madrid, who's going to create for him? Realistically, who is going to do it? Nobody.
him and Vinny.
Yeah, but Vinicius really focuses on himself and maybe tries to find Benzema. You have the rest of the team where they're trying to spring balls forward.
No comment.
That's his biggest
Brother-
issue. He has a Benzema there.
When Jovic was signed, I didn't understand why. That's all I gotta
I
say.
thought there was better options.
I don't understand why that
I
would be
agree.
a striker. Like, I mean,
But it's also when you hear Real Madrid calling, you have to go.
I didn't get the hype.
Which
Sorry,
I
man.
don't agree with.
So,
if Real Madrid called me,
I
I'd
think-
look at my options
I
first.
think we're all in agreement.
like Mbappe.
Jovic is a class player. Sell, get him somewhere where he belongs to be.
Yes.
Last but not least, Mariano Diaz.
Bye. That's it.
Bye. What?
He's horrible. I don't like him. He plays over Jovic, which I don't know what this pasta man has been, doing over the past couple
He
years.
honestly needs a loan back to
Sell.
the Liga
Sell,
or
sell.
sell.
He's sell.
He already told Real Madrid he wants
He's
to
horrible,
go.
yeah.
He wants to leave.
He scored one amazing goal throughout his whole career, and then that's it. He hasn't done anything.
Well, no,
else
he had
productive.
a solid spell in the Liga.
Please stop. Ligue 1, fair. I'll give you that. Fair.
Yeah,
he
he
should have
had a
stayed.
solid spell,
I agree.
yeah.
He should have stayed at Lyon.
Yeah.
100% agree with you on there, but he didn't, which is his downfall.
So that's a sell.
Fenerbahce.
Besmir, what we thinking? Sell.
Oh, he's a sell. He just
Yeah.
needs to move on.
So guys, that's the end of Stay, Sign, or Sell with Real Madrid.
Thank
Boys, it's always a pleasure to have you as per usual. Even though Jonathan felt like he was cut off most of the time, Jonathan, we believe in you and we love listening to you. Just letting you know.
I appreciate it so much.
Besmir, not so much. Maz, I know you're out there right now listening. We know you hate Besmir on this show. No, I'm joking. But real quick, guys, you have been
right.
listening top of the hour on WMSC Upper Montclair.
Maz's hate fuels my success.
Y este es Matchweek.
This is Matchweek. Guys, make sure you tell somebody you love them. Have a good one. Bye.